Hi everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gear Season 4, Episode 51 with me, Sid. And I have plans today. You see, I've been ripping up my kitchen floor, as you do. And over here, there's a beacon beam, which goes straight through that chair. But if you go in here, it goes down, down here. And that takes you down to the bit over there. That beacon beam is less useful. In fact, I think we can probably get rid of that one. Oh, hang on. Map. Delete. Okay. Now, the reason I use a beacon beam is I want to bring a power train up here from down there. And yeah, I'm going to need a few cogs, some gear axles. We need some means of turning the power on and off, which in itself could be interesting. But I think once I've got, if I were to actually come and, yeah, here's a thought. See, that's going to be my hooferator. So that's going to come out here. I don't even know whether I can join a gear up that soon. But it doesn't matter. We can work this out. We'll take that out. Actually, that's silly. We can put some stuff back in there. And then we'd have a axle there. I think that's right. That would go up. Oh, that was actually too much. Okay. And then maybe an axle or a hooferator there, big old wheel going up, because we need to transfer upwards. I think that's the easiest way of doing it. Well, I suppose no, we could. Yeah, there are ways. We'll work this out. We'll work it out, and I'll probably have to go and backfill a whole load of holes. But first things first, I need to go and grab myself some logs, a hammer and chisel, and make some more axles. So I'm going to grab, what have we got? Loggage. What have we got lots of? I don't really care about too much. Oak. Let's make a whole load of those. I'm sorry for the little cough there. I've got a right tickly cough at the moment and it just does not want to behave. So that plus a hammer, not that hammer, that hammer, plus a chisel. It's legendary. I don't really want to use my legendary just on something trivial like this. There you go. Just use the rare. That's a QP. I don't want a QPs either. Let me get you there. Just want that. There we go. Steel chisel. There we go. And then I think we need some, well, we can do it with animal fat. Animal fat's a little bit, well, it's not difficult to get hold of, but it's more effort to get hold of. I think it would be a fair assessment. So what are you? You are flax oil, 3.5 litres, that's all honey. These should be, and that should be red wine. Okay, that's all good. And then we go and take a bucket and go. That gives me 3.4 litres of flax oil, which we are going to go and do that, and that. And that will give me many wooden axles. Actually, more wooden axles than I had flax oil for. Okay, how do I make flax oil again? I think I just squeeze flax, don't I? Where will I find some flax? Flax. Hello. Flax grain. Flax grain. Maybe a bit of flax grain. Let's go with that for now. After all, why waste good oil sources when you've got this dross that we can use? Which we can... shift, add a stack. There we go. Let's just keep adding it. Shit, bang. There we go. That should be 2 stacks of flax. We'll give that a squeeze. That should give me 10 litres of oil. That's all good. Which will pop in there, and then we'll pop that stuff out, and we'll... No, not. And then another 10 litres, so 20 litres of oil. That should be plenty, shouldn't it? So, let's do that. Okay, thank you. We can feed that to stuff, to animals. However, we want to go bang, 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 and bang. Boof, that use boof, and that leaves, yeah, okay, that leaves plenty left over, and we've got 2 stacks of axles, which is great. Well, lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, let's move on, because I also am going to need, well, let's go see what we got. I'm fairly certain that I can do some of this without frigging around with massive great axles everywhere. I've got 1 axle, which is fine. Do I need an axle? Probably. But we've also got quite a few of these, so we're good for that. We've got those, and we've got that. Going to need more of these. And of course, it's not recipe, it's H. So that is, we can do the same with oil. We need resin, planks and sticks, and we also need the saw. So let me go and get some, what do we need? Resin, logs, I think it was, let me just have a look. Yeah, logs and sticks. Then we can make a whole load of them, and we should be good there as well. So let me grab another pile of logs. I want 5. I also want resin. For some reason caps lock is on. Thank you. 24. Let's do more than that. 33. That's good. That will do me. And again, we'll use flax oil rather than oil, fat, because better. Do. And bottom. I only make 1. You have to have 2 if you want. Making a machinist a blueprint. Ooh, but does, can you do it with flax oil with a machinist blueprint? I don't think you can. Not giving me that option. So I could use fat. If there's a machinist blueprint, I could use a fat instead. You know what? For a double recipe, I'm very tempted, if I can find it, if I've got any fat anywhere, to use fat rather than flax oil. Although it's only, oh, we needed sticks, didn't we? Yeah, we need sticks, okay. It's only a little bit of difference. Stickage. Thank you, that will do me. Right. So then we go, let me get this right. We're going to go hammer, saw, chisel, logs, resin, oil, sticks. More than adequate. Don't put the resin away. Oh, hang on. There is one other thing we need, isn't there? And that is it a clutch? It is a clutch. Clutch. same kind of thing, but there's some boards involved. So logs and boards. I only need 2 of these. Oak boards. Annoying. Right, let me go H, take you over there, get that open, get clutch on the old thing. We're going to go with plank, hammer, chisel, thing, stuff. Oh, I've only got 1 resin. Oh, grief. Right, let's try that again. Right, what did we have? We had a hammer, a chisel and a saw. We had loggage, resin, oil, planks, sticks. Now I only need 2. I'm going to make them all. I'm going to make more though, because to me it just makes a certain kind of sense to overproduce certain things, and then we should, I think, have everything we need, other than the means to turn these on and off. Well, other than to hide the turn on and off. Not to turn them on and off, that's easy, that's the clutch. Everything else is good. I'm feeling happy with that, so let's have a sandwich. And let's go drop off the oil back down here. The less crap I have in my inventory, the better. Right, so I think we should be able to go like that, and like, no, like this, and then take one of these and go, but that, hang on, no, I think that needs to be a clutch. Like that. Do I need to go back one? I think I do. Okay, that's fine. Not a problem. We can have that. Oh, this is going to be so awkward to fit in. I'm trying to remember something. You know when you have a little bit of a brain fart moment, you're trying to remember how this works. No, that's right. Hang on, we're not quite there, are we? We also need, oh, what's it called? Let me go down and have a look. It's a transmission, isn't it? I haven't made the transmission. Yeah, it's that I need, a transmission. Okay. And a transmission is, let's have a look. Boards, some resin, 2 of those, hammer, chisel and thing. Okay. Hammer, get those. We need some boards, resin, and I'll probably do it with fat if we've got the fat down here. Let me go and get that. Yep, we've got fat, and let me go and get the boards. So, transmission is hammer, chisel, saw, boards, 1, 2, 1, 2, that and that. That's all I need. So that and that can go away, and that can go away. We can put the tools away, and yeah. I'm not sure, I may be able to connect a thing straight up to a transmission. I know I couldn't to the gearbox, but that now makes sense because you're not supposed to. So let's go and have a look. We're going to have an automated kitchen before we're finished, I promise you. Right, let me... So if I put down a transmission here, yeah, that will connect, okay. Which means that I can chop out that block and that block, and I can pop in that and that, because that's going to be the other transmission. You know, not like that, it ain't. And then you're going to have that and that. Yeah, of course, you've just gone and screwed yourself over for getting in there, and you let me take another pack out. Right. So if I were to place that there and that there, can't do that. But we can do this. Now the question is, yes, is the answer. Okay, I do need to come out of here. The drive needs to go like that. And that means we can put that back on the top. That is powered. Well, it's powered insofar as it's got to there. You're going to go there. Taking more of this floor out. And there. With a bit of that. So now we turn that one on, we can turn that one on. We've got all of this covered. So now all I need to do is connect up the other end. All. I mean, this is going to, the distance is going to reduce in a lot of power for that, but that I can live with. Not like that though. But let's do this the other way, because that makes more sense. It makes more sense to bring the entire thing over, doesn't it? So that is going to come up. And then, no. We can just do this because we're not worrying about stepping up the gearing, we're not worrying about the having more than one power train coming off No. Again, no. Big fat no. It's there. Why is everything so awkward? Like that. And then there. And what I think we'll do is we will just pop that there for now. I'll block that in. Right. Let us go and have a look at these. So again, I'm not worried about this. Is not all about fast automation. Oh, I didn't put there. Okay. This is more about being able to turn these on and off. Right, so I suppose the only question then is, do I want to then cover up this lot with some andesite blocks and fill in these blocks behind? I think I should. Less open spaces, less worries you've got about things. I'm not worried about things spawning, but let me go and grab some andesite blocks and we can fill that in. I also need something. Alright, let's have a look at this one for starters. And this. None of that's working, is it? There we go. Andesite. Blah blah blah. 67. We'll take you. Drop that in. I'm actually just going to drop these bits in because I don't think I'll need them. That can go to the pigs that spawn or something. If I take some slate, we'll take just a couple of pieces of slate. Actually, 4 pieces of slate sand and a little bit more birch plankage. Should be good, right? And that should be, apart from the fact that I need to get my stubby out. That sounded wrong. But did it sound wrong deliberately? That's the question. Where's my stubby? There's my stubby. And where is my hammer? There. Yeah, that's a whole load of rockage and blockage. We'll just do the whole slab. I can't see the point in keeping it in slab form. So stubby and hammer away. Pick up the box. All good there. We can drop down here. And first things first, let's go right back. I think I missed one there, but I'll live. Then maybe we'll that needs to be that. I mean that what try that again, shall we? Not that one. That's wrong. But that and that are right. Okay. then it is a case of that and that. Now I just need to work out what I want to do here. Let me borrow you to make that and that. And then get my chisels and stuff out. True chisel? Yeah, true chisel. Let's go down to there. Let's give you... Did I? I thought I got... Yeah, okay. Give you a little bit of slate sand. Right, so let's just give this a tiny little indentation like this. Like a trapdoor, almost. And then let's change you over and let's come over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. And then this one, we take all the way out. Down like that. And yep. Yeah, that's right. Get there eventually. And then we need to come to this level. And I'm going to need my planer, I think. Get this all the way down. Once we've done this, we can copy and rotate them. So I will need some more slate sand, I think, though. 2 more at least. So that's going to be... Let's have a look. Didn't mean to take that one out, we'll have to fix that. I think that's kind of in the right ballpark. And then we'll kind of come there. We'll just add that a little bit. So it looks like that's swung down on a hinge that direction. Does it really matter? Really not. Am I a perfectionist? Sometimes, but not all the time. Right. A couple more pieces of slate, just so we've got those. Slate sand. Salate? No, salate. Got plenty. Okay, right. Let us go up here. And we are going to place a plank there. Actually, we're going to do it that side to start off with. Going to chisel you, and we are going to add that to you. And then we're going to go and grab pantograph. We're going to copy you and place you there. And then we'll do that one. We'll chisel it. We'll add a little bit of slate. We'll paste, and we shall mirror. So clearly something going on there, but you can't really tell. Now I want to assign that the door closed model, and that one the door closed model. And then I want to assign that the door open model, which I think, yeah, there's a slight glitch there. Can I just pick you up and fix that? There, look. Okay, let's try that again. And for whatever reason, that's now decided it's sand. Okay, but not a problem. Door closed. Door open. And then this we need to mirror. And mirror. I'm going to assign you the door closed. You the door open. Perfect. Little trapdoors in the floor, and delete that. Okay, so we have got an automated mixing bowl, which is useful, certainly for when I start doing more fruit breads and things. Might actually do some. Actually, I've got quite a bit of fruit left here, so we could try that one out. I had a lot of problems with it last season. It didn't behave quite the way I would have expected, and so maybe we should test it and make ourselves some fruit bread. Let me just get rid of these for now. As well as that, let me go and give that to some animals, and I will quickly mix up some bread. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've got my fruit bread, my bread mixed up there. Got these laid out ready, so all of them are the same. There's 64 of each. I believe you can make them out of dried as well as fresh, so this... Oh, that is a game changer. Now, I think the only issue is it's so fast, I probably need to turn it off between batches. Otherwise, it's going to... Because it doesn't care whether I'm ready or not, it's going to mix them up regardless. So we need to turn it on and then turn it off. I suppose that's kind of a nice problem to have in some respects, but we can get these all in. Yeah, I am it's a shame it doesn't take more than 6 of everything, but that would be the ultimate answer, of course. But still, I suppose it's not me mixing the bowl. I mean, let's be brutally honest, it wasn't an exercise freak who invented the power blender or power steering. You know, there's a very definite trend there, which is essentially someone was lazy enough that they thought it would be worthwhile spending a lot of effort to save effort steering their car. So we just stick in 1, 2. I'll do this just 2s because otherwise everything gets a little bit messy. That really works well though. So get all of these mixed up, I'll get them cooked, and then we just need to make them into fruit bread, into syrupy fruit bread to get the maximum goodness out of them. So yeah, I shall cook them. Be back in a mo. Okay, I'm just cooking up this fruit bread that was part baked. I've part baked these, they're ready to add syrup to, and but these were getting a little bit close to need freshening up, so when they go in they've got about 22 days of things. They were up to 72 after baking properly, so this should get us to, I hope, we go fruit bread and fruit bread, lovely. So we can pop those away in here. I'm going to take, because they've got, what is that? Why is that so good? Doesn't matter. We'll take that with us. This 15. I need to make some space anyway. We'll also eat those. Why are you not stacking? We'll not eat those. So, armed with this, we can come back to the super mixing bowl. We can also put that away, and we can jump up there and grab, well, let's start off with black currant syrup, 0.6 litres, whack those in. So it is I'm not going to get a full lot of black currant then, am I? I've only got 2 more black currant syrups. Okay, that's a pain. They're not going to stack very well. Oh well. .4. At least we can just leave it on for most of the time here. So that's 26 of those. That is a real pain. And then I'm going to need 1, 2, 3 cranberry, red currant, cranberry, red, 4. Let's put as much of these in here as we can. 3 litres. And then we can at least go and do this. I say, it's a bit of a pain because we can't stack this quite as well as I'd like. But such is life. Seldom does it give you everything you want. But yeah, that is way easier than faffing around with hand cranking it. For definite. For dolphinite even. For absolutely certain. For sharks. Right. I am really happy with that. That makes life considerably easier. That is a part baked. We can actually eat that. We might as well. I mean, I could cook it. That's the only thing we could do, which would give me some more grain saturation for the cost of, you know, 6 pieces of wood. I think I will, just to be on the safe side there. I mean, again, it seems crazy to worry about it for what is effectively one log. But yeah, I think that will kind of leave us in a position where we've got a fully automated quern, we've got a fully automated powered mixing bottle. Well, not full. Right, this is not fully automated because it hasn't got a Quentin in it. Leave this, please. Sorry, it's not. It hasn't got a stick in the Quentin. The joke from the forge. Yeah, wasn't that funny? But you know, it will at least grind whatever I put in there quickly, and you know, we've got a nice little thing there doing its thing. So if I want to put salt in there, great. Bones, great. Anything that I want to stick in there will grind really quickly. I mean, it helps if you've got a storm, but we are quite high up a mountain, so we do tend to get good wind up here anyway. We'll just let that cook quickly, and yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.